Hey everybody, how you doing today? I'm doing pretty fantastic actually. So what you're going to notice is that I'm starting with a tack shooter. I'm going to first get a farm, obviously, especially in this level. You can definitely start off with a farm and make it work for you. But normally I usually start off with some sort of boomerang and get like a 0-3 boomerang or something, but since they changed when the rounds actually start, it makes it a little bit tougher to actually do that. So I used to try not to start off with boomerangs, at least on this level. Normally, so I've been trying around, just playing with the tack shooter a little bit, and some levels I actually think the tack shooter is just a little bit better to actually start off with. And I'm actually going to talk about the strategy of the entire game. I wanted to talk about something else, but I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I just wanted to show you guys that this guy actually was not that good. It's that he was inexperienced. So I'm actually going to use that to my advantage, the inexperiencedness of him. But the only real problem was that even though he was inexperienced, it was actually a pretty close game. I actually almost lost, and I was kind of afraid, like half of the game, these balloons are getting through, why, no? And I was actually afraid that I was going to lose. And it's usually a scary thing, because when you're afraid you're going to lose, you're not actually paying attention to what towers you should be building sometimes. Sometimes you're just paying attention to hoping that the balloons don't go through. And that's what I was doing. I was paying attention to the balloons, hopefully not going through, instead of paying attention to what towers I should build next. And that was a little bit of a problem for me, so I think you guys should think about that a little bit. Try not to worry about too much about how many balloons you're going to get through. Try and pay attention to what kind of towers you can build, or what kind of build order you're going to have. My normal build order is obviously get enough towers that I can beat every second round. So when round 3 comes around, or when round 2 comes around, you can get the blue balloons. When round 4 comes around, you can get the pink balloons. And when round 6 comes around, you can get the black balloons. You want to make sure your towers can beat them. Maybe not 100%, but for the most part, you want to make sure your towers can beat them. And then other than that, you just want to keep going economy. So that's normally what I do. The more economy you go, obviously the better. So what you're going to notice is obviously I have more experience, so I'm going economy, and he's not really going too much economy. He's going mostly pink balloons, and he has no farms, but he can't even get farms. He's not even level. He doesn't even have a battle score of 500. And like I said, he's still an inexperienced player. And the reason why I'm actually showing you this game is because it was so close. With him just sending out balloons at me. This is why I actually lose versus all of the somewhat young players. Or somewhat new players, I guess you could say, because they keep sending out balloons and they don't know when to stop, and you're just not used to that. The way that good players play, or expert players play, is they stop sending balloons out around 2:30, guys. Almost always. You rarely see somebody randomly sending out balloons, unless they're planning on killing you at round 8, 9, or 10. It just doesn't really happen. If you've played a lot of good players, you've noticed that they usually stop right around 2 minutes 30 seconds, and actually they usually go a lot of farms. So that's what I try and do, that's what most of the good players do, and it actually does work fairly well. But some of the younger players, some of the newer players, I don't know why I keep saying younger, some of the newer, noobish players, just because you're a noob doesn't mean you're bad, it just means you're newer, and you're learning the game. So if I use the word noob, don't think I'm making fun of you, it's just a term, you know guys, it's just one of those terms that people don't tend to like, even though it makes sense and it actually works. So, yeah, he just kept sending balloons out at me the entire time. And I was actually super duper surprised by this, because you never see this. I mean, you see regen whites every once in a while, you see regen blacks, yeah, okay, I understand that. But then he started sending out, like, zebra balloons at me, lead balloons at me, and all these random balloons that I've never seen before, and I never usually see them almost ever. Who sends out regen zebras? Nobody does. I don't see it. And he's just testing the water out, just seeing how good they are. Honestly, they're not that good, but they kind of scare me, because I'm not used to people sending balloons out at around 10. You know, it just doesn't happen to me. Around 11 and 12, and that actually caused me to actually build more towers, and kind of scared me because I'm not used to it, and kind of left me open for camo balloons to come in, and other random balloons to actually come and kill me. Because I'm paying attention to what towers I should... or not what towers I should be building, but watching out to make sure that those balloons don't get through, and they kind of were. That was the bad part about it. Round 12 already, he's starting to send out, I got my camo detection just in time here, and those regen balloons turned into rainbow regens, and I actually almost lost there. One more regen and I probably would have lost. But here I go, I'm just going to send out my huge rush of random balloons, rainbows, and regrow balloons, and that's the end of the game, guys. He didn't really have too much of a defense. So that's all I got for this video. Have a fantastic day.